You got to remember, now these kids are all making money. This is still new.
Right.
This is still a new thing.
Yep.
Where you got millionaires coming into the league. People used to thrive to be a millionaire. Now you're sitting there with your legendary watch, your huge ass chain, being like, what team is almost ready for the Super Bowl wants me? Not what team can I change and fix?
It was the perfect storm of factors that led to that. I think it's all of that. I think it's, he wasn't as good as it appeared to be. Terrible quarterback draft. He's got a bad attitude and entitlement problems. People don't like his dad. Yeah. It was everything. It was everything.
First down, dogs.
Was Disney a shit show because of spring break?
Bro, I'm a fucking Disney pro. It's never a shit show for me. I know when to go, where to go, how to get in and out, avoid the crowds.
It's all
I go for very short periods of time.
You go in and out?
Yeah, it's free.
Really? I've never done that before.
You have a season pass?
My aunt used to work there. So she's retired from the Disney store. She has 4 free passes for the rest of her life.
The Disney store? You know the Disney store isn't even part of Walt Disney anymore.
It's not even around. They're all closed.
Oh, it's just online?
Yeah, I think so.
Do I need to move that mic for you?
I don't think so. Is it good? Is it okay?
A little closer. There you go. Does she know about the tunnels?
Everybody asks me
I know
that.
about the tunnels. I used to work
it's a
at
serious
Disney.
question. You worked at Disney too?
Good, because we're going to ask you this question too.
You worked at Disney?
Yeah, I did the college program. I went in the tunnels.
Go ahead.
Do you get a set job every single day, or do you move around and you work different areas of the park?
No, you got a set job.
I can't believe that. So if you're at the fucking Goofy ride every day working the gate, you're working the gate at the Goofy ride every day?
Well, that's
so
different.
Not the gate.
That's
you
different.
rotate positions within the ride, but you're trained on one ride. I was lucky, and I got to actually cross-train because another ride had only opened like a year ago, and it was like super busy. So I got to work 3 rides, but normally it's just 1 ride.
Really?
Yeah.
And you're at that school the whole time. So if you're Cinderella, you're Cinderella.
Yeah.
How do you
and
get
those
picked
you
to be-
have to audition for.
You have to. Did you audition for any of them?
No,
Why not?
because I didn't want to do that.
How long were you there for?
A semester.
Oh, just 1 semester? Okay. Is there a lot of like canoodling going on between cast members? Be honest.
I mean, some people did come out like dating. Actually, I knew 2 people that dated for like a while after the program. But it was really cool because they have Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico people can come. And then all of I worked at Epcot. All of the country people are students from those countries.
Okay.
So that was really neat. I got to meet people from
All over the place.
Yeah.
Interesting. I could see John being a cast member.
No.
I was a cast member for a little bit because I worked at MLB.com.
Nice.
Yeah. I
yeah.
had an ID badge with Mickey Mouse on it.
Interesting.
Kids thought I was the shit.
I hate I told you, I hate the uniforms.
Yeah, I think that's weird.
Costumes?
The uniforms are the worst.
I think they're just old.
Wait, the Disney costumes?
Yeah. Like, not the costumes of like what the characters dress up as, but what the people that work there have to wear. It bothers me so much.
You mean the
trying to
basic
think.
one, like the blue pants?
No,
not
like-
the specific ride. The rides are cool. The Mission Space, I worked on Mission Space, and that outfit was so comfortable.
I just think they're all like, I don't know what it is, like how things aren't so modern there.
Right.
They're just
Yeah,
not cool.
It's probably old.
It's old.
And they're just not flattering, you know?
Right. Well,
Seems
that's-
like things are made of silk.
Well, I don't think it's supposed to be sexy.
I don't like
I
it.
think you're supposed to just like not even know that they're really around.
But they got all kind of, and then the shoes that they wear are just like old and clunky.
What
I
kind
don't
of
like
shoes?
it.
Like nurse shoes? Like
No, like
basic
Skechers,
Keds?
like chunky,
Yeah,
you know.
chunky kegs.
Oh my God, I gotta show you guys pictures after.
Of what?
Me and my costume.
Oh, send them definitely. We'll put them on here.
You as, you feel like you'd make a nice Ariel, Princess Ariel,
Oh, that's sweet.
right?
She loves
I
the
don't
water
have
too.
red hair, but I like everything else about her.
I kind of see like a bell.
No way.
No?
Yeah,
Definitely
I love
not.
books.
Do you?
I have a book in my bag.
I'm not writing in them. reading them.
No. There's somebody who I'm
them.
thinking of.
I have a book in my bag.
Or like a Pocahontas.
No, she doesn't look like a Pocahontas.
Because I'm tan?
That's crazy.
Is that racist?
Yeah.
The hair doesn't go. The hair doesn't go.
This is the worst conversation ever. If you were a Disney character, who would you be?
I mean, the simple one is Goofy, but I don't know. I don't know who I'd be.
I could see that. I could see
Yeah,
Goofy.
of course you could, because it's an insult.
What
Who would you
if-
be?
I would be the fucking genie from fucking Aladdin, right? Because
Oh,
I'm so
good
jacked.
call. Good call. I like that.
Oh,
And
that's
I'm-
a fun one.
Could I be Kristoff?
Who's that?
Yeah.
Oh, from
the ice guy
from
Frozen.
Frozen.
I can't be. Don't shake your head like I could be. You're like, yeah, I can't be Kristoff.
Why? He's funny. He's kind of like you.
He is funny, but he's strong. This is a dumb conversation. Anybody want Shedeur? Do you want Shedeur?
You can't go right there. That's what you would do.
No.
No, we're not
Wow.
starting there.
No, I'm not allowed to say his name.
Shadusi. What's funny is I saw the Barstool guys. That's what they were calling him.
Shadusi?
Yeah, because like he does the thing with his watch, and it was like they
does a lot of
asked
things.
Steelers fan Jersey Jerry. They were like, "Who do you want?" And he was like, "Shadusi."
Oh my God.
No, he didn't.
Anybody who wanted that guy is ridiculous. That's besides the point.
The videos that are coming out now about how bad he was are very interesting to me.
I don't know why you didn't know that.
Like, where were all these videos before the draft?
They had a whole entire show on the team. What do you mean?
Well, one, you got to realize that they don't want to be proven wrong so much.
Right.
So they're probably trying to defend themselves
Well,
now.
they're just careful, you know,
Yeah.
which I don't like.
You think he was
I
third
don't-
best in college football?
No.
No.
This is
So why were they saying that?
like the whole thing about the quarterbacks. This was one of the historically worst
Yes.
drafts
Yes.
for quarterbacks performing in college.
Yep.
They said that if like four of the guys, I forget exactly who they were, but like Bo Nix, Michael Penix,
Milrow, probably whatever his name
all
is.
would have went ahead of Cam Ward this year.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
if they had stayed.
Absolutely.
But I'm talking about the video. Have you guys seen the video of Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward working out together?
No.
Fascinating.
Fascinating because like Cam Ward's so much better than him in the video.
So much better than him and talked so much shit about him to his face that he walked off the field.
Wait, time out. Talk shit to Shedeur.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was, and it was recent. It was only from like it was before the end of the season, after
Maybe
the
that's
season
what everybody saw.
and the draft.
Maybe
I
that's what
also
everybody
think that Sanders is more like I get he's flashy and all that, but compared to his brother, I think that he is more like emotion. Like I think he would actually get his feelings hurt if someone was sitting there shitting on him.
saw. I think he got his feelings hurt all weekend, no matter what face he put on.
Not getting
Yeah,
picked.
but respect for the face that he put on.
Prank phone call.
Prank phone call was great.
Yeah.
That's mean.
Maybe that they knew the draft was going to be so bad and a little boring because you're taking a bunch of defensive tackles and fucking edge rushers that maybe they spruced it up a little bit using this Sanders name and being like, yeah, this guy should go 3.
So you're saying
You think
scripted?
it's script?
No, by the people who follow football and write about football, not the NFL, obviously. I mean, that's a bit, dude. Nobody's ever seen this before. To the fact that now white people are coming out and saying that it was racist. Meanwhile, 80% of the guys who got drafted are black. Like, it's not a race
There
situation.
was a lot of white boys in the first draft this year.
It's not a race situation. It is blatantly the NFL trying to be upscale and not have a kid. Because you got to remember, now these kids are all making money. This is still new.
Right.
This is still a new thing.
Yep.
Where you got, millionaires coming into the league. People used to thrive to be a millionaire. Now you're sitting there with your legendary watch, your huge ass chain, being like, what team that is almost ready for the Super Bowl wants me? Not what team can I change and fix?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, the truth is that, yeah, that's it. It's like you don't get to decide that.
Right.
I had such a bad taste in my mouth when that happened with Eli Manning. Like that was a long time ago.
It was a long time
I remember we were like maybe just out of high school when that happened.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
And I was like, remember like being legitimately turned off by that whole situation. by him and his daddy saying, I won't play for this team.
Yep.
That is a turnoff. That's everything that players have become now.
Yep.
Like, you made a commitment and signed with a team. Shut the fuck up and
But
play.
that doesn't happen that much
It
in the
shouldn't
draft.
happen that much.
I can't remember it happening since then, and I felt like I heard that it was going to happen here because Deion Sanders said months ago, I will not let my son play for the Jets or the Cleveland Browns.
Yes.
And
yeah, but do you think that's a truly I won't let him? Because
I think
at the end of the day, if you get drafted first round, you're not going to let your son play for
that's
one
exactly
of those
what Eli
teams?
Manning did. That's exactly what
Yeah.
he did for them.
I think it's big. I think it's big-headed.
I don't
Real
like that.
big-headed.
And I think that Prime, this had a lot to do with him. And that sucks for his son.
Yeah, but I mean, when you see the son, they're not far off in their behavior and their attitude and the way they talk. And I'm sorry, no offense, maybe in the 4th round, 5th round, I was kind of like teetering. Yeah. I don't want a guy who calls himself legendary at
But
23
look
years
at how
old coming
he
on my
grew
team.
up. Look at how he grew up. He's
I
a product
get
of his
that.
environment.
Okay, but that's still, you know what? Learn a lesson.
He did.
Your record wasn't great anyway. At
But
Colorado.
he doesn't make the whole team. You can't say that. It's freaking Colorado.
We talk about this a lot. Quarterbacks make most of your team. They are your picture.
What about
What do they
Hunter?
show
Why
on the
doesn't
graphics
Hunter
when two
get-
teams are playing each other? Unless you have a backup quarterback playing, it is the two quarterbacks going against each other all the time.
Of
Yeah.
course, you're right. You're not wrong there. But Hunter didn't get any shit for their record, and he's wide receiver too, part of the offense.
Yeah, but I mean, the guy could play both sides. He's clearly the most athletic guy that was getting drafted
He's
in
a
the
diva.
draft.
He's an Odell.
I'm sure he is. And I can't wait to see him take a hit in the NFL. I really can't. Like this.
I just think the Sanders thing, it was a perfect storm of factors that led to that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's all of that. I think it's, he wasn't as good as it appeared to be. Terrible quarterback draft. He's got a bad attitude and entitlement problems. People don't like his dad. It was everything. It was everything. And then he created the situation by, I don't guess there's not really any video of it, but like all of the things about how many bad interviews he had with teams.
Yeah.
I think the biggest one is the Giants. Brian Dable's outwardly saying it
Is
was
that the one with the headphones blaring or something like that?
Something like that.
Something
Yeah,
weird.
something like that.
Sound like an
like-
old white grumpy guy complaining about somebody
was the
walking into
perfect-
his office.
It was
That's
the perfect thing.
disrespectful.
I don't feel bad for any one of the situations that happened there.
Right.
Like especially for him, it's like it is what it is. This is what it is.
Right.
Like it's just business as much as it is how you perform. I felt bad about the fucking prank thing. That's horrific.
The prank call.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I mean,
That
that's a kid being a kid, though. I don't
Doesn't
think
matter.
anybody else was in on it.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
you
it's
don't
tough.
do that to people.
No, it's tough.
That's messed up.
He did it to more than one people. He did it to the tight end from Penn State too.
Oh, did he really? And he got all those numbers for that. So how does that dad fucking reprimand that kid? Honestly, like what goes down
He
in
probably
that
wanted to kill
household?
him. He could have got fired.
Absolutely, he could still get fired.
No, they said they're not taking any action.
No?
Yeah.
Ugh.
That
They
guy's
just
been
admitted
punished
it.
enough.
They just said that
He was a
yesterday.
Jets head coach, and now he's the
That's
Falcons defensive coordinator.
Wait, that's literally what there was like a bunch of like tweets or whatever off of the Falcons saying that they weren't gonna have any
Yeah.
fined or anything, like take any action.
already had enough.
And they're like, the defense is a bad enough punishment to be in control of.
Yeah, guys had it tough.
I mean, the other factor too is a ton of teams got quarterbacks last year. A ton of teams already have their quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that really dwindled down the whole thing. It was really what? Cleveland,
Saints.
and
Steelers.
the
And
Raiders.
Titans.
And it should have been the Raiders. That was very so the Raiders thing surprises me because they're 3 years in Vegas now, right? You're still people have gone there already. They're not going to keep on going to Vegas to keep on seeing the same stadium and go visit Vegas. You now really have to build a team.
Yeah.
Right? At one point in 3rd round, I was just like,
Yeah.
why not?
Well, that's everybody.
Just take
Yeah.
them.
That's all
They
of
should
those
They
teams.
should
Right.
have taken a backup.
That's all of those teams plus anybody who's
Yeah.
on the fringe of needing
Right.
a
Like, what
quarterback.
about Tennessee? Why
You
not
know.
just take them? You got the
I thought
top
about
2
that.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, but you know the controversy and the turmoil you're letting into your organization
All right.
by doing that?
What about
Yeah.
the Jags? Now you got fucking you
Even-
got your guy and the
No,
quarterback.
I disagree. I completely
Why not?
disagree. When you do that, the sense of urgency that you create from the fan base, it's not. That's a toxic environment.
You
create.
think Trevor Lawrence is going to be there in 2 years?
Yeah,
I don't.
I do.
I think Trevor Lawrence is out of Jacksonville in 2 years.
bro. Look at what
Why?
happened with Aaron Rodgers.
Because his contract's going to be up. They're going to sign him again. He hasn't done anything.
Look at what happened with Aaron Rodgers. Look at the dysfunction when they drafted Jordan Love that brought to that organization. You cannot do that if you have somebody like that. And you also can't do it if you have somebody like Cam Ward. You drafted #1 overall.
I'm just saying, look at the numbers, and if they really are the two most talented quarterbacks, why not put them both in camp and see what happens? It's just what Tripp always says. Keep on drafting quarterbacks until you find the one that gets in there. Or you're just defending the fact that he shouldn't have got picked.
I like that theory, but I like that theory if it's like the #1 pick and then like 6th, 7th rounder.
Right. Yeah, I would agree with that.
As like a backup, which I do agree. The Raiders, they have Geno. Geno's been successful where he's gone after the Jets, but they do need someone. Like they need a future.
Yeah,
they should have taken somebody.
I
else.
just the controversy you invite. You can't do that. You can't do
I don't like the
I
first.
mean, you're
top
kind
two
of backing the fact that most of these teams really did not want him.
I think that's more true than anything else.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's more true than anything else. But you're right, though. That is where it started to get like what? Because like falling out of the first round, fine. You know,
Sure.
like there's nothing wrong with that.
Cleveland
But
first pick in the
those
second round.
teams consistently passing by him and drafting other quarterbacks.
Yo.
The Browns drafted another
The
quarterback.
Hawaiian quarterback.
You know,
I mean, if that's not a slap in the face, I'm sorry, man. Like, and then the next day you draft him with your last pick.
so the meme where it was like the Browns drafted 2 quarterbacks this year, so they're most likely to draft another one next year.
I love that he's on Cleveland. I really do. I
Bro,
love
that
that they
quarterback
got him.
room.
Is nuts.
Gosh.
I can't believe they still have Watson. Like I cannot believe they're still paying that.
Well, he's not, and he's not going to play
dollars.
next year.
And they're going to keep paying him
Wait, time
millions
out.
of dollars.
He's already not going.
He's out for the whole year with the
He tore
injury
his
he had.
Achilles
Oh
again.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Can't you just drop a guy like that? Like, is there any way to just drop a guy to be like Bobby Bonilla? Just
I'm
keep on paying
sure
him.
their legal team has been trying to get out of that contract since
they're
his
paying
first
that bill
industry.
too. They're paying the legal team bill too, trying to get that guy out of the
Even
locker
as
room.
bad as they are, they're fine. They
But
probably got
no,
more
I
money.
know, money-wise, definitely.
They, that's a cursed organization.
Yes.
I don't want to be. This whole conversation is going to be negative, but another negative one.
What positive?
What
you
the
come out of it?
Jaguars did. I don't care. I understand he's probably the best player in the draft.
Right.
Disaster.
I don't really know what they traded away for it.
Everything.
Is there shit from next year too?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they
Everything.
did.
Why? Like why?
And then that GM. What is that guy?
I love that guy.
That
I
speech.
just love the way he looks.
Did you see that speech he
No,
had?
why you got to feed me these speeches, man? I need these
man.
speeches. I don't think
What
I've
was
ever
the
heard that
speech? I
guy
didn't see
talk.
the
I love
speech
that
either.
guy.
The day
the
when
Iron
they
Sheik.
introduced him in Jacksonville, like, you know, they go to the
Yeah.
whatever. This guy had like a 5-minute
Dissertation.
about how Travis Hunter, what he means to the city,
Wow.
and how, like, you know, it reignited his love for football, the GM.
Really?
But you could tell that it was obviously scripted and written out, not
AI
from the heart.
wrote that.
Yeah.
So you don't think that was the coach's decision at all? That was all ownership. Let's get this guy on our field.
But even if you get him, why go so hard in a 5-minute speech? It's so overkill. It's icky.
What do you
was
think
just-
the percentage is of like owners say, GMs say,
I think the coach
coaches
has the
say?
least.
You think the coach has the least?
Yeah, I would say it's probably 75% split up between the other two and then the coach.
I would love to be in that room.
Oh,
That
yeah.
room looks fucking awesome.
Well, that's why the
Yeah,
whole
it was
like
cool. Did you ever watch Draft Day?
Yeah,
Sorry.
but I feel like that's kind of. I
It's a
feel like there's a
movie.
lot of cornball in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yes.
the Giants Hard Knocks from last year was, if you haven't watched that, I don't have Max.
Well, I mean, how many times do I have to
I
say it?
gave you the password.
Didn't work. His Hulu password worked. Your Max password did not work. I think that's because I had Max before, but that's a different story.
No.
It's like reading me. It's like, where are you, Kurt?
You know what's wild about the just the timing of, like, I missed the first pick, which we knew who that was going to be, and It's crazy how like that's not even any bit of a story, and I feel like most years the number one draft pick
that got thrown away. That
no
got
one
thrown
even
away quick.
remembers that he was drafted one. But I walked still earlier in the day. My friend Mike Pelicano texted me. He's a huge Giant fan, and he's like, you know, we were talking, who do you want, whatever, blah blah blah. And he goes, I know what's going to happen. He's like, the Eagles are going to trade up to 2 and take Travis Hunter.
Wow.
So I get back to my uncle's house and it's on because I left it on for like my dog.
That there's a trade.
No, he's holding up and I only see the top of the jersey and it's green. And
That's
I'm like,
funny.
oh my God. He's like, they did it because, you know, I knew that was the Browns pick. And, you know, then there's the Jaguars. And then I saw what they gave up and I was like, Jesus.
Do you know off the top of the head a couple of things that they gave up? Like what?
Second round. They gave up their first round this year and second round this year.
Okay.
I think a third and a second, 5 picks total next year.
Yeah. High picks next year.
High.
Crazy.
It was bad. Every announcer was like, that was bad. Like, you got Hunter, but that was a
And
bad
that goes to the
trade.
Browns. Damn it.
The best part about the Jaguars taking him, though, is that might be the only team that is going to allow him to play both sides of the ball.
You know what? That's the first. I said they're going to run his ass to the ground.
Because it's a circus.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, you know, they'll play 4 times in London next year. Everybody gets to, England gets to
Thought about that too.
see him play.
I thought about
you
that
know?
too. How excited is he that he gets to go to all those England games? I just feel whoever thinks that they're gonna how many snaps in a game? I mean, 100.
Yeah.
You think this guy's gonna play 100 snaps?
No, but he'll play enough on, I think he'll play mostly defense. But
Listen,
play enough.
third down, put him in there for a little bit of defense. You think he's gonna be mostly defense?
I think so.
I think they definitely want another weapon on offense.
They need a lot.
I think they'll figure.
They need a
They'll
lot.
try to figure out in camp and stuff. I feel like he could have went to Miami and played both sides because they're another circus.
I feel like Miami doesn't really exist in the draft. I don't know what they were doing. They could have taken Sanders too.
Yep.
I mean, come on.
They
What-
need a
what do they
backup
got
quarterback.
going on?
Their starter is broken.
It's just you're immediately saying you're on the clock to the quarterback that's there. You know?
Yeah,
I don't think most teams want to do that.
it's a lot of passing. It's
Yeah.
a lot of pass ups. Like I really when you got out of the second round, it was like, wow,
Yeah.
this guy is really dropping.
Well, because
And then it
all
just fucking continued.
of those teams
sad.
that you were talking about that needed a quarterback made good picks in the
Yes.
first round.
Yes,
You know? So it's like, all right,
it's fine.
Brown's got a good guy. Had a great pick, first pick. You know, the Raiders got the running back from Boise State.
Yeah.
Best
Which
running
I don't
back.
know if that's a great pick.
Well,
so
top
early.
running back in the draft.
Yeah.
You're taking the best of the position.
Yes, I'm interested
know.
in seeing him run. Definitely.
And the Steelers got that offensive line.
defensive tackle.
Defensive
I
tackle,
thought, yeah.
I think the Steelers got the best quarterback in the draft.
I hope so. I don't know. I
Ohio
like that
State kid.
Milroe guy that they were talking about because they were saying he's
That's Alabama.
Yeah, they were saying that he's like real run heavy, and that's what I thought
Alabama's
the Steelers were.
always run heavy.
Yeah, but that's what I thought the Steelers were going to go with because the offensive coordinator likes that option. So that was like, and then somebody picked him. I forget who.
Bro, you guys drafted.
Wait.
You guys drafted the combination of Ben Roethlisberger and Josh Allen. That guy's 6'3".
He's that big?
6'3", like 240.
Yeah, I saw him on his ass a lot. I saw that. The only game I saw was the Oregon game that they lost by 1.
Watch his highlights. His highlights. He's great in the pocket and he can run the ball at that big.
I always say it. I never really get nervous when the Steelers are picking their picks because I feel like they know what they're doing. I love that they got a running back. They got a running back in the 3rd round. That's exactly when you need to take a running back.
I think their picks were fine, but there's a massive question mark at quarterback. Like, what are you guys doing? Are you
We're
signing
gonna get
Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers. We're gonna get Aaron
And you're
Rodgers.
just so confident with him.
Well, I mean, I'm confident with him playing a year and have this guy look at football from the sideline for a year. That's what I would really, really like.
Write it down.
Do we think in
that
the
guy's going to
6th
be great? Will
I
Howard.
love what he's saying. I love what he's saying.
That's sweet.
I love that.
Right now, I was looking up. If they don't get Rodgers, they have freaking Rudolph starting.
Yeah, but we're not worried about this year.
There's no way.
We're not worried about this year.
They'll
You
go
have to
9
out
and
to
8.
compete.
He'll keep his record of being, and then everybody will really start getting pissed off that we haven't won a playoff game in 10,
And then they're
12
going to
years.
fire Tomlin.
And then this guy will be fucking amazing. The next Ben Roethlisberger, three fucking Super Bowls.
Oh, God.
I mean, come on.
It's not. They're not going to.
history.
Mason Rudolph or Skylar Thompson are not starting the season. It's either going to
Has
be
Thompson
Rodgers.
played?
What?
Did he play ever?
Skyler, don't worry about him.
He was on
he's
the
just
Dolphins,
He's
right,
our
for a while.
Cutlets. He's our Tommy.
It's either going to be him or they'll pick somebody up that gets cut. You know,
possibly.
like I still don't believe the Giants are going to go into the season with both of those guys on the team.
Well, but I don't want Winston.
You
that's out of
don't?
control.
You don't think that? I think that's exactly what something like the Giants.
The other thing, real quick, because I don't want to miss this. The other thing about getting Sanders so late, the money went down big time. Which I think that's a huge mark on taking that guy.
Well, that's the thing is like he was making more money in
college.
NIL last year than he'll get for his entire rookie contract.
Great.
4 years.
Love that. I love
the
that.
rookie contracts out of the first round are very small.
Terrible. I think
I thought it was a longer. I thought it was a longer period, so I was like, oh, third
3
round
years.
makes sense.
I think he made something like $6 million in NIL, and his rookie contract is $4.5 million for 3 years total.
I love that.
He'll
I love
keep making
that.
money though. The endorsements.
He'll definitely make money off of endorsements, but that'll make him either want to play or not. We will hear of him again, or he will be in the shadows.
The NIL thing that I was thinking about is that it actually might. I mean, I know people are terrible, and now there's this whole thing where like they're going to allow the colleges to directly pay the players soon. They're voting on that or whatever, but it might make these guys more NFL ready.
Well, how would it make
I
him
don't
more
think
NFL
so.
ready?
Because they're going to stay for a longer period of time.
With the same college.
Yeah.
See, that I'll like if they stay at the same college instead of traveling.
I think there's
all
going to
I
be
don't
less
think
of
that's
that.
gonna
I
happen.
think there's going to be less transferring.
Do
They'll
you
also-
watch college football?
Yeah.
But he's saying,
I don't think so.
But he's
You just
saying if
looked
the
at
money.
me. That was like one of the most demeaning and like ridiculous things that anyone has ever said to me.
She's like the only person that still looks like she yells at you.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't yell at
do
him.
you watch college football?
Like because they'll just keep changing to a better team.
Yeah, but
There's
what
no
he's saying is-
repercussions. They don't make them
Would you
sit.
listen? What he's saying is if the money is coming directly from the school, you're going to have that attachment from
That's
that
what I'm
school.
saying. I'm not talking
I
about
don't
now.
think there's any attachments anymore because of the whole.
Well, you're just
transfer
negative.
portal. No,
You're just a
I'm not.
negative Nelly.
I'm being honest. I come from a period where you had to freaking go in redshirt if you fucking wanted to switch teams, and that kept people not transferring because they wanted to play.
Right.
Well, but here's the other thing. I forget about the transfer thing. Jesus Christ. So like Arch Manning
like a
could leave
married
next
couple.
year, but he's probably making a decent amount of money in school, and he's going to stay a little bit longer.
Yes.
And I think what you're going to see too is quarterbacks that get drafted later be better when they come to the NFL.
Possibility. I understand. So they'll stay longer at college, get
Yeah.
more experience. That's why Bo Nix is
Exactly.
well seasoned.
Exactly.
That's why I liked him the most.
That's
last
my
year.
point. That's my point. They're getting money. There's not that need to jump to the next level to get paid.
I am
There's
how
not money. He made $6 million, Sanders, in like 1 year. Why would he have to stay? He can leave and still make $6 million.
No, because he thought he was going to go in the first round and get a
Right.
ridiculous contract. If he knew he was going to go in the fifth round
stayed.
and make less than he went from the NIL, he wouldn't have left.
He wouldn't have left.
He would've
He would have
stayed.
stayed another year and played and had more experience. And could we not talk about Archie Manning a lot next year? Because I want to see
Who's
this
Archie Manning?
Arch.
Okay.
Arch Manning.
I like
Because I am so fucking tired of hearing this guy, and he hasn't done anything.
We'll
yet.
see. Do you watch
He's
college football?
played. Yeah, I was
watched-
about to.
I love that. I watched more last year. I did watch a little bit last year.
Did you
But no,
watch
I don't.
Texas when he played? Because he played well.
He played for 2 weeks. And then the other guy came in and fucking did really well.
Yeah.
He was a backup, and he did very well. He never
Sure.
was the starter, so don't do that.
What I'm saying is, let's see this fucking guy play before we start saying we're drafting him number one. I got guys at work telling me, I hope the Giants don't do that well this year and we could get Arch Manning. Why? Because his last name is Manning? Yes. Their
you're
answer
being
is
a
yes.
hater.
All right. So the Giants, I think that, like, from a process standpoint, like, killed it.
I don't know about the trade up for Dart. I think they could have got him in the second round.
It doesn't matter.
I
though. You
think-
can't risk. If you
No,
identify
go after the
you
guy you
got
want.
somebody,
Go after the guy you want.
and then you see who could potentially grab him, you got to do what they did.
I agree.
And they didn't really give up that much. I think so. They draft Carter, who is
Supposed to be a beast.
from everything you've seen, an absolute beast.
Yep.
Like gonna be generation. And I hate that word. I was saying this. Everybody's a generational talent.
But he is.
He's gonna be.
He's going to make a mark.
And
right away.
then you've got like, so they move up and get him, and they sign Carter, and at the same time announce that they're picking up Thibodeau's 50-year option or whatever his name was.
Interesting.
So
'Cause
that
they thought
that's
they were
out.
going to let him go.
Right.
Wow.
So like they pick him. A minute later, it comes out on Twitter that they're signing him.
That's pretty
They're
good.
picking up the option. So they do that. Then they go and get the quarterback, which is the move because they needed it. You know, like they need something to build towards.
Definitely.
I think they picked the wrong quarterback, though. I think that guy's a fucking clown.
You said that. I haven't heard him talk yet. I can't wait to look at videos. No, he was talking about it today. I can't
He's
wait.
a doo-doo.
One of the dumbest, like, just personalities I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh.
He's like cute and shouldn't open his mouth.
So he's
ever.
gonna die in New York.
I didn't realize he was cute, but okay.
He's well. Who was the cutest person drafted this year?
I don't know.
That's good. That means there's nobody better than Burrow.
Burrow.
I can't wait
Let's
to
talk
see
about
this
this.
fucking guy.
What?
I can't wait to see this guy talk. So he's gonna die in New York. If he sounds like an idiot, if he sounds like, should I say the word mope? If he sounds like a mope.
Okay, so
Doo-doo
they're,
was a good
they're supposed to work with public speaking people before this whole situation happens for them, and he clearly did not because
It's that bad. Shit.
he just sounds like a bro,
Got it. Yeah.
like a dumb bro.
Yeah. That'll
thing,
happen.
the
in
thing,
football.
like
That'll happen.
the when he was with Gruden, and apparently like Gruden hated him.
Oof.
Gruden was like, this guy's an idiot.
Dumb.
Idiot.
You know, and then that was the thing. The video. That's the first video I saw of him talking. Plus, he just said that like I've never called a snap.
Yeah, you
I've
got
only
to
clapped.
say that out loud. He's only clapped.
He's like, I've only clapped to get the football in my college career.
That's fucking remarkable.
And then he goes, well, what if you're faking it? He's like, oh, that's called purple.
Right.
And we clap 2 times.
Oh my Lord.
It was
Wow.
it was so funny. That video alone is everything you need to know about him.
That's crazy.
But who do you think they should have drafted? Like, what quarterback do you think
I
they should
think
have
they
went?
got the best quarterback in the draft, the Ohio State.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that. I like that
Pittsburgh?
you feel that way.
I just like he is Josh Allen. He looks. It's like the story, everything.
That's what everybody.
That's
That's what they
sweet.
were
We
saying
like
about
Josh Allen.
Dart.
But
they
I
were
s-
saying he's big. He could run. He could. That's what they were
He
saying on
does.
the
He
radio.
looks big in size.
But I also saw I saw what's his name, Will Howard, right?
Yeah.
The guy. I saw all his videos, and he's intelligent, personable. You know,
knows
can
how to have a
actually like
conversation.
Human being.
wasn't drooling on the microphone trying to chew his own ear off.
Oh my God! I can't wait to see this guy.
No, it's not.
I'm
that
gonna
bad.
can't. We're not even gonna play the show. I'm just gonna show videos of Dart.
His mom's pretty hot though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that guy on
real
fucking-
Zach Wilson situation.
I like that guy on Instagram that goes around and talks about people's athletes'
yeah.
moms. Yeah,
Smash or pass?
That's
Surprisingly
actually very
smash.
She looks like she'd get arrested on a Saturday night. Smash.
Smash. Or like they'll do like the coaches' wives. I gotta pee.
That guy's
Keep talking. I gotta pee.
You got to pee already?
I know. I've had 7 drinks.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
I want to know what that last. Oh, it's a lacrosse. There's still rat poison.
How come
lacrosse.
no one's mentioned my team?
Oh wait. Now I gotta wait because I don't know if her team is the Bills or the Jets.
It's neither. Were you not here for the last episode?
you going full blown Cincinnati Bengals?
You made me pick.
Oh shit! I thought you picked the Bills. It's been a while.
You know what? The disrespect
I'm
is
waiting
high.
for season 5. Wait, so this is seriously your team now? You're in my division now?
You made me pick.
Fuck. Horrible draft. I heard. I don't really
Why
know the
horrible
guys.
draft?
Well, I'm just
They
going.
re-signed their key people on offense that they needed to.
I'm going by the grades. I'm going by the grades
Oh,
of their
they took
draft.
defense.
People said that it was just bad, but
They needed
I think it was just
defenders.
boring.
It was boring. They took all
Yeah.
defense.
Well, that's fucking what
That's
they need.
exactly what they needed. I feel like they did what they needed. Their offense is fine.
What are you gonna do when Burrow isn't the quarterback? Like, are you gonna go to a different team, or are you like?
He's gonna be their quarterback for a
You
while.
love him. Look at your face. Your face gets all happy. Could we set this up? Is he married? He's not married, right?
Why are you doing
Is he married? Look at you. You're smitten. John, she's smitten.
It's hot in here.
Are you? Is he married?
No.
Oh, we're going to get
He
somebody
was
to
supposed
work
to
on
be
this.
engaged and something happened. I feel bad.
Are they coming to New York? Oh, what happened? You could probably help him with that.
I don't know.
Was he engaged for a little while?
I think so.
Oh my goodness. I can't imagine what happened. She's literally getting hot and smitten over just talking about Joe Burrow.
It's hot in
like
here. It's
wild.
the lights.
Yo, if they come to New York, is there any way we could get her close to him?
I just want to go. I would totally go to a game.
I think you would like
Even
even
in
say
December.
something stupid to try
I
and
wonder
get
what
his
his
attention.
relationship status is.
She said he was engaged.
He was
and something
engaged.
happened.
They broke up.
I mean, that's the perfect fucking find.
Well, but why?
So we don't know that yet, but she
We
could
don't know
cuddle him
why.
back to.
They were
fucking-
very
he's
private,
fucking-
but they were together through college. I'm pretty
Maybe
sure.
he's got a.
Wait, wasn't that the girl that was wearing the onesie?
No.
Oh, that wasn't the Bengals girl.
What was that?
No, that was the quarterback. Mishu?
The backup.
Mishu's?
Yeah.
Oh no, his backup.
Backup.
The backup who played.
That's right.
The
Yeah.
backup.
Holy shit.
Last season.
I fucking heard that they broke up though. He's a tiny wiener.
Oh, could be.
No.
Would that
Yeah.
affect it?
Yes.
Would that would affect it?
And I
A
don't think he
quarterback
has a
who's got
tiny-
$100 million?
And a
Yes.
micro penis?
Holy shit. Well, micro's a little harsh.
I saw my first micro penis the other day, not in person,
Not in where?
on Facebook.
Is that just an extended clip?
On Facebook.
It's like tiny. It's like tiny. Smaller than that.
No, we're not talking micro, but you would do anything for that guy, I think. I
No,
really do.
not
I
if he
really
has
do.
a little
One dinner, for one dinner, you'd be like, I wonder
No.
what the craziest thing you would say.
How would you riz him up? You know, like how would you like what's your moves? Like what's your pickup moves?
Nothing. Hi.
Like, I don't think you should talk about football.
Why did you say it like that? Damn.
I don't
like
think
you
you
need-
should talk
I feel
about
like you need
football.
more
What
than
would you
that.
talk about?
I don't know. Regular
Raviolis?
stuff.
Come on.
You'd be smitten. You'd be a
I
little
would
nervous.
talk about regular stuff. He's a regular human being.
Would you try to hold your accent back a little bit so you're not scary?
Am I scary because
No,
my
it's New
accent?
York. You might scare him. I think he's probably from
I
the
don't
country,
think he's
right?
intimidated by a New York accent.
This is a crazy conversation. We have to stop this conversation.
All right, real
It's
quick,
fucking
though,
theoretical. Like I can't deal with this.
If I were you, I would just ask for a ride in the Batmobile. That's it. I would end on that
yeah,
one.
that's a good
That
one.
would be a
Oh, I
good
like
opener.
that.
That would be a good opener. I'll be your wingman.
You're a good
No
wingman.
doubt.
I saw. No,
Anyway, we were just talking
guy's a
about
fucking Steelers fan. Come
on,
you can't
I'll
have him
hide all
around.
that. I'll hide all
Bengals fucking guy.
hide everything.
They, I saw a cool video of him. Who did they draft in the first round? It was an interesting pick.
a
Maybe
defensive tackle. or
defensive
something.
tackle. Yeah, he was like, he was there the next day that they came, but he wasn't there for them. Like for the guy who got drafted, he was just there at the facility, and he was introducing himself to them, like, "Hey, I'm Joe, by the way."
No,
I'm like-
that is so adorable.
How do you it?
That's weird.
No, it's not. I've
douchey.
seen videos of this before on Hard Knocks or
Sure you didn't say
whatever.
Mr. Burrow?
And people introduce themselves and they were like, yeah, I know who you are. Like, we know who you are. But very humble.
Probably an act.
Come on with
He's
the
probably a
negativity.
douchebag. She's really going to be a Bengals fan this entire new season that we come up with?
Well, I
Her
don't
choice.
understand what part of you
I would
made
rather you
me
choose
pick.
the Bills. I would rather you have chosen the Bills.
You
No.
want me to choose the Bills
Why
because
not?
they're not in your
Yes.
division,
I don't have
but
to
they're
listen
still
to
in
you.
his.
Talk about fucking orange and
Can't
black.
stay in the same division. It's a rule.
Is it? She's going to run out of divisions in 3 years.
No, I'm sticking with.
So how about your Jets?
Can't go wrong.
I mean, you really wanted a tight end for some reason.
Yeah, because I think generational talent.
Sounds like you don't like Ruckert.
Wild to me.
I know.
I mean,
I was surprised.
it's not gonna happen. Like you have a chance to like get somebody like Laporta,
Right.
or the guy they missed on last year, Brock Bowers.
Right.
I wanted to take him last year. Like
But they didn't get the number 1 guy this year, right? They got the number 2 guy,
who?
the tight end. I thought somebody picked the tight end before the Jets
Warren.
did.
He went to the Colts.
Oh, okay.
But he wasn't even the first tight end picked. That guy from Michigan got picked. I forget who, like cowboy looking dude.
Yeah, the cowboy literally did rodeo growing up.
But I mean, you can't go wrong trying to protect the quarterback.
Yeah.
Got a top, offensive lineman, and they got the right side shored up last year. That guy's on the left side, so I don't know. They just draft a lot of offensive linemen over the past 5 years, and
Doesn't work.
how many do you need?
Somebody's got to wake up. Did they draft the quarterback late?
They drafted
Some guy I feel like I never heard of.
No quarterback.
Okay.
They did draft a tight end.
Yeah, in like the
Another
third,
tight
fourth
end.
round, something
Yeah.
like that. Oh, was it second?
I thought they drafted him second.
So Conklin and fucking the other guys out?
I think so.
Zumanzada?
Zumanzada.
Get out with your contracts.
Ushmanzada. They drafted another running back. I don't know. I think the Giants did a great job. They got that running back too, that crazy lunatic Scatabo, whatever his name is.
Oh yeah, I heard he's supposed to be really good.
Yeah. So
Maybe you should be a Giants fan.
No,
The
I'm good.
Giants used to draft very well. Back when they drafted like JPP and stuff, they had a solid freaking team.
Oh, you mean when Uncle
They
Tom was in charge?
Yes. They drafted
That was a
very
brilliant
well.
man.
Not so much anymore, but this wasn't bad.
I
All my
thought they had a
Giants
good
friends
draft.
are like, well, maybe we'll just have a really good defense again, like we used to.
Hey, listen, sometimes that's all you need. As long as you're in the game for the last drive, that's all you need in football.
Defense wins games.
They've got a great wide receiver, you know. The offensive line is where they're missing out on. They got a great
or
defensive
quarterback?
front. They have no secondary. The Giants, terrible. But well, we'll see.
They took some though. I think they took a cornerback or a safety or something.
What's
Yeah,
your
they took
biggest-
something.
What's your biggest takeaway from the draft? I just came up with that question.
Wow.
I think it was kind of boring.
Okay, I agree.
The draft was boring.
I think that it's funny when there's a lack. Wide receiver obviously was like the best position this year.
They're saying that that's going to be that way all the time, though. If you draft high on a wide receiver, you're going to get a guy who's very talented.
Yeah, and you need that obviously, but the lack of good QBs, like he said, I feel like changed the whole energy of the draft.
Yeah, especially coming
It's
out of last
very
year.
weird. Yeah.
Because last year was super weird how fast everybody went.
Yes.
And that was a desperate move by a few teams.
Yeah, but I don't think so. I think last year was
we gotta
the year for quarterbacks
see how they play.
because of the COVID situation.
Yeah,
You had all of those guys that had been there for a long time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, and it's funny you say that because like I was fascinated by this draft. I usually don't pay attention as close as I did, and I watched or listened to every single round.
Yeah, I was tracking it on my phone.
You know.
It would update
So was
phone.
I on my ESPN thing. But was it because
It was because of
Sanders?
100%. You would just wait.
Everyone wanted to know
I
where
mean,
he was
how
gonna
many
go.
times could we possibly text? He's got to go now. He's got to go. He's got to go
This is
now.
crazy.
I got home at like 12 on Saturday and like immediately put it on and watched it until he got picked. You know, I watched it all Friday night.
Did you at any moment think that he would not get picked?
No,
Okay.
No.
I was starting to feel that way in round 4. I was like, ooh, I'm like, he might completely get snubbed
I just can't believe he went to the Browns.
after they picked the Hawaiian.
I honestly, this might sound crazy, but I feel like him going to the Browns actually gives him more of a chance because of their ridiculous QB situation. Like Watson's
Oh,
not going to
he
play.
absolutely-
Joe Flacco is old as shit.
He absolutely
just
has
has
a
to-
chance to start.
He has to
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
compete with the Dylan guy.
Yes.
And
I
that's it.
fully agree. The way they went about it, I don't think that was the right way to go about it.
No. And you'll know quick, but like that guy now has a huge chip on his shoulder, right? Like knows he's got something to prove. He's probably going to work harder. It's the most humbling experience probably
Or-
anybody. Let me keep going. Then he's also like all of those quarterbacks that got picked before him, probably not Cam Ward, but like the rest of them, there's just going to be a comparison
Yes.
forever
Oh,
against
yes.
them, you know? So like if he's good, I mean, most likely not going to happen, especially on the Browns.
Right.
But
Yeah, but you never know. And I think him going to, if there's any chance of him becoming humble, going to the Browns, getting far away from his dad, who's still going to be coaching.
Dad's going to be. Is he still going to be coaching Colorado?
I think so.
Yeah,
see.
why would he?
I don't know. We'll see how long that goes. But go on.
Also, not professional if you just go there to coach your sons and
I
that's
don't
it.
think he
That's
cares
easy.
about. I don't think he cares about being professional.
I would agree with that.
But getting away from his dad and being in an organization that's like that, I mean, you have nothing but humility at that point to learn and fighting for the spot.
Yeah, that could all be well and good if he's decent, but he could also be the next Johnny Manziel
I don't think he's.
and be a
I think
complete
Johnny.
disaster.
I think Johnny Manziel is bad for his own mental shit, but I think he was a very good quarterback.
Yeah, I think alcohol ruined him.
He says it. Did you watch his
Yeah, I
documentary?
did. But Shedeur is going to be ruined by thinking that he's the greatest.
Shaducey.
Shaducey. I have to hear that all year. Another TD by Shaducey.
Oh yeah, he's in your league too.
I got Ho with the Bengals. I got Shaducey and the fucking Ravens. It's going to be a great season, everybody. We got no quarterback.
Yeah.
It's funny though, like we were saying before about the like taking risks as far as like the media. There's
Yeah.
nobody that got it more wrong than Colin Cowherd.
Oh, what did he say? I
Colin
can't stand that
Cowherd
guy.
said that the Steelers should have traded up and that they should have traded Pickens, TJ Watt, and 2 first-round picks just so that they could draft Shedeur Sanders.
TJ Watt and Pickens? Oh, my gosh.
Yep.
Well, Pickett's is off the team.
That's ridiculous. Not
So
yet.
they could,
No, he's
yeah,
not.
they decided not to exercise his 5th year or something. They said.
50, yeah, he's only been on the team for like 3 years.
The wide
Okay,
receiver?
well they.
Pickens?
You talking about Pickett?
Oh, Pickett.
Pickett's on the Browns.
Pickett's gone. He's
Pickett on the Browns.
He's on the Browns.
No, Eagles. Oh, yeah, that's right. He got signed
He's
by
on the
the
Browns. He's in the blunt rotation of the Browns quarterback.
Did I tell you guys that my wife got me a Pickett jersey for Christmas?
No, please don't finish. I don't hear anything more
Not a
about it.
Pickens, a Pickett jersey.
Maybe you could like get some letters and do
Now he
that.
has a Super Bowl ring. No.
What was crazy about the Steelers? Why do I like the Steelers all of a sudden?
You love the Steelers. Steelers are great.
I saw his. First of all, the videos of like these guys getting drafted. You don't have to change the cameras anymore. You keep looking at that like.
What are you saying?
I don't know. Like you feel like you keep checking it to see if you got to change the camera or something.
No, I get nervous that it's going to go off.
It's not though. It's
I know, but I get nervous.
Oh.
I still look at it that it's going to go off.
wow. That's weird.
Is it? Why? You're done with that anxiety?
Yeah, I don't think about
Oh,
that.
I think about it all the time still.
The I love the videos of like them getting drafted. You know, like, and then the ones who are like crying and the kids is like,
Yeah.
that shit gets me so choked up. More like we were
I
talking about
love that.
before with the animal shit and like the like coming home, you know, soldiers and stuff.
Yes.
The kids getting drafted like destroys me.
Yeah, I get that.
Because I
what-
just think of all the hard work that so
Yes.
many people
Yeah.
put into their families and everything.
Definitely.
You know?
Definitely.
And but the quarterback, he was all of his family is the Eagles fans.
Oh,
Who?
Yeah, but they'll
Will
switch.
Howard, the
They'll
Ohio
switch.
State guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
they really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
They'll switch. They switch.
Yeah, they got it.
Of course they're gonna switch.
What's with the long extended hugs though? What's Roger Goodell talking about when they're hugging that much?
That's a weird one.
I saw like 2 guys literally like walk up on stage. One of them was wearing a pink suit. It was pretty late in the
That's-
first.
Hunter was wearing a pink.
No. It was late in the first or in the second
It was.
round. I'm not even lying to you. It was a minute and a half that they were hugging and picking each other up. What are they talking about?
I don't know. It's probably like some sort of a Diddy thing with Goodell. I feel like he gives me Diddy vibes.
What is he giving you the full address, like and the directions?
And then
what-
with the baby oil.
Jesus Christ!
He's like,
It's
"I'm
like
smelling this baby oil.
they have
the
never
after
seen
party.
each other before, and it's the longest hug. I haven't had a hug like that.
They've
with any
definitely
of my kids.
seen each other before.
You think the players have seen Roger
They
Goodell?
only invite 15. I've just found this out this weekend. They only invite 15 players to that thing.
Really?
And they're there the whole weekend and like interacting with him.
Oh,
Yeah. It's like a whole thing.
I thought they choose whether or not they want to be.
Chode?
There. I fixed it.
Well, they can get invited and choose not to be there.
what would
There's
you
other
do?
first rounders
Would you
that
go?
stayed home with their family.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt, you'd go. You wouldn't.
Yeah.
You wouldn't stay at home with your family,
No.
right? I mean, you
That's
gotta,
an
Lawrence
honor.
wasn't there.
you gotta go for the experience.
Who?
I don't think Trevor Lawrence was there. He was home.
I don't know. Maybe.
He seems like a homebody.
Sunshine. The Cowboys draft pick, and then we're done.
Yeah, we gotta be done. I'm
I
going to be editing all week.
I saw. First of all, it was cool. Like they seemed more genuinely excited. A lot of them coming out that were there that got drafted than I remember. Like running out, like hyped up.
They should be.
I don't remember that too much.
What?
But like, so anyway, so this guy, he comes running out and he's like wearing this brown suit that's way too tight for him.
They
But
all
I
got
watched.
super tight. fucking-
He was with. So he got drafted by the Cowboys. I think he's a defensive tackle. And I watched a podcast with Micah Parsons and somebody else, another defensive player that have a podcast
Right.
from the Cowboys, and they asked him like what he loved, like like how he looked at the game, and he said my favorite thing is like playing against quarterbacks and running backs and like wide receivers, and you know they'll talk how much they love playing football and they love the game. And then I go up against them and I see the love leave their eyes as I'm getting after them. And Michael Parsons like jumped out of his fucking seat. But it was just like so natural the way he said it. I was like, oh my God, I want
That's
to
cool.
run through a wall right now.
Like he makes it like it's
Yeah.
work again.
They lose their
Yeah.
love for the game when they
Love
have to go
that.
up against him. I was like, oh my God. If that guy
gotta
should,
have.
the freaking Jaguars GM should be taking notes from this guy.
Yeah.
Not using
Definitely.
ChatGPT to make his Travis Hunter speech. Tory Hunter.
Tory out of that got shit. Well, real quick, what about fucking what's his face who's getting charged with sexual harassment?
Who?
Which one?
Shannon
Shannon
Sharp.
Shay Shay?
Shay Shay.
Trash.
It's all bullshit. There's too many text messages back and forth.
I don't know. It's just he's a trash bag.
I mean, they're all trash bags, and this goes with the face that I was talking about in the other show. Treating chicks like shit. That's it.
It's just bad.
How do you not know you're not being recorded? I would feel like I'm being recorded every time. If I was any sort of a star,
Yeah.
I would always think in the back of my head, someone is probably recording.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Why are they not thinking this way?
Because he thinks he can get away with anything.
They're all Jackson darts.
No, I think they think they're invincible. They're primes.
What's crazy, though, is you think about how many NFL players there are, and you got to imagine that most of them are good people. But it's just, you only hear about the ones that are just absolute fucking douchebags.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
I mean, what's going to make the
Like
news?
everything else.
Yeah.
All right. Say first down dogs in your greatest Jackson Dart impersonation.
No.
First down, dogs.